guys! Well, welcome back. It's me, Crystal Sky. How are y'all doing today? And you guys haven't seen me since my last video. And I was looking on my channel earlier and I was thinking, like, what video can I upload? Looking for inspiration. And as I was going through that, I realized I haven't read the book Ingo to you guys in a while. So today I decided to do that. So, and last time that you have heard me read the book Ingo to you, I read page 83 to 88. Today, guys, I'm going to read page 89 to 94. Before I begin though, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you like me reading books to you, let me know in the comments. Now let's begin reading. Safe with Pharaoh. Pharaoh smiles and very gently peels my hand off his wrist. There, try again. You really don't need me now. You only think you do because of your air thinking. We're not moving anymore. I'm floating free in deep, deep water. My hair drifts across my face, then drifts away. The sea holds me like a baby. I'm not scared of it anymore. I'm rocking in the hammock of the sea. Pharaoh is right. The sea will look after me. Gently my hand floats away from his wrist. I cope my hands and scour the water. Pharaoh's right. I'm safe. Suddenly, with a strong flick of the tail, Pharaoh turns a perfect somersault. And again, faster and faster, until he's whirling circles of human body and sea tail. You try it, Sapphire. I can't do that. I'll just float. I spread out my arms to the water as if I have never touched the sea before. And I haven't, not like this. I'm not bouncing about on top of the water doing breaststrokes or backstrokes, or what humans call floating. The skin of the sea has parted and let me in. I'm living in the sea. I'm part of it. Let's surf a current, says Pharaoh. Come on. We'll find the strong one. All my life I have been trying not to find currents. I know there is a rip beyond the headland. That's why we never swim out there, because it's too dangerous. If the rip catches you, it can pull you a mile out to sea. Even if you're a good swimmer, you won't be able to swim against it. You'll be swept out and you'll drown fighting it. There's a good current this way, says Pharaoh. Come on. But this way, Sapphire. I see the current before I feel it. There's movement in the water ahead of us, like a twisting glassy rope. Or like a powerful sea snake coiling itself in and out. The current looks thicker and much more solid than the calm water round it. Once it gets hold of me, I'll never escape. It will coil itself around me, pull me tight, and take me wherever it wants to. Never, never swim out beyond these rocks, Sapphire. That's where the rip runs. But I can't see anything, Dad. It's there. Believe me. Now promise. All right, Dad. I promise. Let's go, calls Pharaoh, springing forward eagerly like a surfer trying to catch the perfect wave. His body twists and vanishes into the snake of the current. But I can't follow. I promised Dad. I can't. But I can't stay here alone either. What did Pharaoh say? As long as you're with me, you're safe. I dive and the current swallows me. Just for a second. I feel the terrible phantom pull on it, and I'm scared. It's going to crush me like a snake will crush me in its coils. And then I'm part of it. No, once you're inside it, the current is nothing like a phantom. I feel as if I'm in a place racing down the runway at full power. There is no chance anymore. The plane has got to fly, and I've got to fly with it. And there's Pharaoh, right in the middle of the current. Come further in, Sapphire, he calls. Now I see what you have to do. You have to swim until where the current's fastest, where you can feel the muscles of it all around you. And then lie there inside it like an arrow as Pharaoh's lying. The pull is so strong that it doesn't feel like pull at all. I only know how fast I'm going when I look down and see the rigid floor of the sand fall away as we rush into the deep. Yee-haw! It's Pharaoh yelling. And then it's me too, right in the back of the current as if it's a wild horse, letting it twist me and turn me and spin me until I don't know where we are or where we're going. And I don't care. All that matters is the ride. Pharaoh standing upright on the current, balancing on the curve of his tail. I tried to copy him, but my legs won't do what his tail does. I'll try again. Rocks coming up, hold on, shouts Pharaoh. He swipes up sideways with his tail and out of the current, just before it crashes onto the underwater rocks and splits into a million threads of white. You don't look ahead, Pharaoh points out, as we hang suspended in the calm gasping. Can't look, not when going so fast. Slow human reactions. Better not get into any currents without me for the time being. They like to play rough. I think I'll keep out of currents altogether. Don't be stupid, Sapphire. How are you going to travel without surfing currents? You need to know them, that's all. They follow their own patterns, but you can learn them. Every current has its own path, but sometimes they come close and you can hop from one to another. That's how you can make the longest journeys. Once you have learned to current hop, we can really travel. Alar was taking Connor to the Lost Island next. He breaks off, as if he has said something he didn't mean to say. Who's Alarva? I told you, my sister. She's around here somewhere. Can I see her? Maybe. She's talking to the sunfish with Connor. We keep telling the sunfish they can go further north now, that the water's grown warmer. But they won't believe it. They think this isn't their territory. Sunfish are stubborn. And they have long memories. They still remember when it was the age of ice here. You mean the Ice Age, Pharaoh? They can't possibly remember that. The Ice Age was thousands and thousands of years ago, I say confidently. It's good to know something that Pharaoh doesn't for once. Fish don't keep their memories in their heads like you do. Where do they keep them? In the shell. Obviously the shell keeps changing as the sunfish get born and die, but the memories stay in the shell, and every sunfish can access it. Then I catch up with something else that Pharaoh just said. Did you say that Connor was talking to the sunfish? It wasn't just a larva talking to them. You mean that Connor's learned their language? I wouldn't say he's speaking it yet. Alar was trying to teach him. Pharaoh, how many times has my brother been here? With a larva? Oh, I don't know, says Pharaoh carelessly. A few. You do ask a lot of questions, Sapphire. Connor's just the same. It must be a human thing. Come on, let's find another current to surf. And we do. Current after current after current. Riding and rising and skimming and swooping and falling and starting again. Little playful current that whisk you in circles, powerful ones that pull you for miles, and far, far out, way beyond where we are, there are the great currents. Pharaoh says he'll take me there one day, but not yet. I need a lot more practice before I can surf the great currents. They are too strong and wild for me yet. Has Connor surfed them? No. The strange thing is that I'm no longer anxious about Connor. I have nearly forgotten that the whole reason I'm here is that I had to find him and bring him home. I haven't quite forgotten. It's there somewhere in the back of my head. Like the daytime world when you're in the middle of a dream. But it doesn't seem to matter all that much. Connor's fine. He saved Valarva. Talking to the sunfish. All that really matters is the rush of the currents, the tangle of flying water, again, again, again. I don't want it to ever stop. But just as we slide off a tricky little current that Pharaoh says goes to nearly the great current for safety, I look up. Between me and the skin of the surface, a huge shape hangs. A shape that I have known all my life, although this is the first time I have ever seen one. Wide jaw, gaping body, as long as a helicopter. Fins, tail. Pharaoh? I whisper, afraid. It might pick up the vibrations of my voice through the water. Pharaoh? There's a shark. Pharaoh flips on his back, stares up. The shark hangs above us. Its jaws are spread wide, waiting for something or someone. Alright guys, that was the end of my reading of the book Ingo for today. We read page 89 to 94. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and like I said in the beginning of my video, if you enjoy me reading books to you guys, let me know down in the comments, or after I finish reading the full entire book of Ingo to you, tell me guys if you want to know what happens in the other books, or if there's a certain book from my collection from my video that you guys possibly want me to read to you. Anyway, I love you all guys, and I'll see you next.